Well, welcome back to Backyard Cars, and today we're going to rewind time and go back before I hurt my hand to when I was working on this last. I know, but I can't really do new stuff right now, so we'll revisit some of the old stuff before we move forward. But today, you're going to watch us do a master cylinder and chop up the wheel wells, because who doesn't want to take a grinder to the wheel wells of a Lincoln? We have got only the best parts, you know, it says it's the best right on it. So we're going to stick those in there, and then maybe we'll have the best brakes, because right now they're subpar. Right now the brakes actually work all right, but when you get in the car for the first time every day, when you hit them, the rear is going to lock up. So you got to pump the brakes 4 or 5 times before you go for a drive. Or when you hit the brakes, the rear is going to lock up. But we're going to get this one out and then look at the two, because who knows where you get parts from these days. And I've taken the 40s and sprayed all the connections, and I got my line wrenches here, and it's 1987 and it's in Florida, so if it all works out, pow, look at that. Finally, I get to deal with some brake fittings that are not damaged. I got another line wrench here, 7/16 for the rear. Oh yeah. Okay. WD-40 and Florida cars. You gotta love them. So both lines are loose. I'll get you in here and you can peek at this. We gotta get fittings and things off real quick. Make a little room where we can see what's going on inside there. Why not? We'll take a little bit. I mean, we ain't doing a whole lot, but geez, there's a bunch of clips on that. Alright, how do we get this little clip off, you know? It's like the same clip that goes on the brake calipers. Not calipers, the brake rotors. That just kind of keep it from falling off when you take your wheels off. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a threaded washer. Oh, there we go. That's the proper way to get that clip off, just so we all know. That's it right there. I hate them clips, and it's not going back on. Just so we're on the same page. What is going on here? Is there something in the way? Oh, there is. Okay. Okay, you gotta go. I can't do that no more. In my face like that. Just all wrong about yourself. Well, that's kind of weird. I've never taken off a master cylinder that didn't have fluid come out of it. Okay. That was definitely leaking out of the back. One Hyundai. I've never taken a master cylinder off that had no fluid pour out of it. So that's kind of weird. Something ain't right, I'll tell you that much. You ever seen that where no fluid came out of the master when you disconnected the lines? None. Alright, that's the master we're taking out. That's going to come with the booster, I'm sure. This thing feels so much heavier than that one. It's so much heavier. I mean, it's it though, right? It's close. I don't know if it's right, but it's close, you know? So I guess we got to bench bleed this. This thing is so much heavier. This one is so light, and this one, it's got it by twice the weight. That must be aluminum, and this one's still cast. Well, all right, we're here at our bench bleeding facility. And that is a horrible casting. I mean, horrible casting. Hopefully we got enough fluid. You gotta bleed it. Little quarter pumps at first. Then I like to get in there and 3/4 poke it a couple times. Get the other barrel going. Alright, so quarter pumps, just little quarter pushes will get that back one just flow in the air. See all them air bubbles coming up? The goal is just to get the air bubbles out. Alright, bench bled and ready to go back in. Everything cleaned up. Yeah. Can you just not be in the way? That would be nice. Okay. And this one went back on over here. And there were some clips in front of it we're not using this time. Using sockets. Okay. Zip, zip, said the dip. Ding dong. Ow, that was my face. That wasn't my face that time, but that was pretty close. When it does all that, it's tight. Alright. I'm just trying to be sure. Oh yeah, see, that's pouring. I don't know why the other one wasn't. This is not going to go back on right. I need to get that in there quick. Come on. Yes, it does. This one here. Is it going to go right? Because if it ain't going to go right, I don't want to do it. No. That was way too much fluid to lose, though. I know that. I mean, man. I think I like it. All right. Master cylinder's back in. Now what do we got to do? We got to do something. We got to bleed. We got to go to the back. Up under the car. And we got to pop the bleeder and we got to push the brakes. All that good stuff now. So let me get this cleaned up and stuff put back on, because now we don't need to be back in here, right? Should probably check the oil, but you know, if you don't know that it's low, then you don't know that it's low. All right, so here we are. I did get the master in and everything bled and everything was good, and then I got the bright idea to come over here and try to address the tire scrubbing, you know, that was happening in this chrome strip right here. It was folding it way out, so, and I stuck a pipe in between the wheel and rolled it all the way through and back, and well, I'd still catch up here and rip it down. So I think now I'm going to clear, because I cut it all out. I mean, we just chopped it. Let me try and get a better view. Yep. We just cut it out, So now, and we cut out a little bit too far in a couple spots. We learned a lesson. Keep it back a little bit further. And when we do the other side. So I got to get some paint now and spray it up in the wheel well. This rotor is warped. You can tell by when you spin it. It'll get quiet and then you'll hear it drag again. You hear that? Okay, I'm done playing. So that's where we're at. Now we're going to try and stick the tire back on and see if this side scrubs. And if it don't scrub no more, then we're going to come over to the other side and we're going to do the same thing over here that we did over there. You see where it was catching? It's really just between these two. It catches right there and pulls that down. And I've tried, like I said, to bend it up and all that. So I'll just do the same thing. We'll cut it here and then we'll cut slices in this all the way over and cut that again. Then I'll come back through and back cut this all the way across and bend the metal up behind it. No bottled waters. We drank from a garden hose. And every Sunday, all the stores were closed. Yep. It was a different time. Oopsie daisy. Onsy daisy. Yeah. All right. Round and round we go. I know it's got to come back off anyhow so I can have the rotors turned. But I got things to do. I can't take the car, tear it apart right now for that. Next week, it's a different story. And you're not even going to know. You're not even going to know that I did anything. You're just going to be like, hey, look, that wheel fits. It's looking good, but I wouldn't recommend running your hand in that wheel well. You might need stitches. Oh, did I tell you I bled all the brakes? Oh, I did tell you, right? It was raining. I couldn't set up the camera. Every time I set up the camera, it rained harder. So I just bled the brakes. Me and my son. 3 pumps on each wheel, or 3 bleeds on each wheel all the way around. Brakes are working great. All right. All right. I got to clean up again. All right. Well, it's actually been a few days on the other side cutting this out. Worked really good on the other side. So I'm going to cut this side out. I got no power. Yep. Knew that was coming. Let's throw some sparks. Maybe I should pop the hood. Just be sure if it does catch on fire that we can put it out. If I cut it the way I'm at right now, I'm going to shoot sparks into the wheel well. And I don't want to do that. I want to shoot them out of the wheel well. This way. Towards you. So I'm going to have to get over here. Which means you guys, if you want to see something, unless you want to look at my nifty shirt, you can buy those from me when you see me in person. Because I'm a slacker and I don't have an online store yet. You don't want to see that the whole time though. You want to see the sparks flying. So let's swap places. I'll get over there. You get over here. All right. Yep. And we're coming in hot. All right. I need this cut to go here. And then all of them out. And that one that way. All right? Yeah. See all of our cuts. And then I trimmed the line so I didn't do the greatest, you know, but we got a line trimmed out here. Now we'll grab the hammer. You see it? And a pair of pliers, and we'll take all the trim pieces that I cut. We'll take all those off. And then we'll take that mallet and we'll round up the inner fender. Right up in here, we'll round that up. Normally I don't go through this entire process. Sometimes I just fast forward for you guys. But this time, I figured I'd take you along because some people say, well, you didn't show me anything. I don't know if I'm trying to show anybody anything, but I know what you're saying. You're saying I wanted to watch you do it. Looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now I'll just take this big hammer. This is how we make our fender. Alright, now I'm going to come in with some 120 and just smooth out and take all the rough edges off so it don't cut you so bad. So that's what we end up with. A little bit of disforming because I'm lazy. I would have took a block, laid the block across here and held that back and took the body hammer and dank that up. It might have looked a little bit better, but we got the lip pulled back. It's not going to catch the tire now. So what I'm going to do now, it's hard to see, but I'm going to spray the back side of this with rust reformer so that it seals anything up and none of that, rusts anytime soon. But listen, this is not the best way to do this. It's probably one of the worst ways to do it. But it's an old Lincoln Town car. You know what I'm saying? Who really cares? It's a cool car, but it ain't worth a whole lot. So we got to make it fit without scrubbing. And from here, shoot, that looks pretty good. Let's get the tire back on it. Not too bad. And the best thing is that it won't scrub and catch all this now. Oh, I forgot to spray it. Now I'm going to have to do a shoddy job because the tire's in the way. See what happens when you get me talking? I forget what I'm doing. Let me pick up my tools now. Well, we look better. That's a start, We ain't scrubbing when we pull in parking lots. I still don't know what to do with this old EFI. I know I probably asked y'all a bunch what you would do. Apparently nobody would even work on this car. That's the vibe I get from you guys, is that you wonder why I even wrench on it. Because I say, what would you do with 302? And everybody gets hush mouth. They're like, well, we wouldn't do nothing with it. And then I'm standing here with tools going, you wouldn't do nothing with it? I don't know. I know you can't put a cam in it. Speed density EFI. Thank you, Ford. Who am I to question Henry? Well, it wasn't even Henry. It's under his name, so. Alright, let's throw this away. Figure out if we're going to call it a day or not. Alright, real quick, if I can show you this. this is going to explain to you why the tire, I said it was wearing weird. Can I get in here and get the light? Focus, buddy. Try to block it. Oh, you see that? That's a control arm bushing. You see, it shouldn't have brakes in it. Let me see if I get it to focus a little better. That is a bad control arm bushing. If you're ever looking at your control arms and that bushing looks like that, just know that's not correct. Okay. But that's what we're dealing with, on the old Lincoln. Well, so ultimately we want to do something with this 87 Ford Speed Density EFI. I don't know what it's going to be because you can't do much with the Speed Density EFI. You can't put a cam in it because you can't program the computer. And then if you go get a computer, well, the fuel system, the injectors, intake, like a lot of this stuff won't swap to that, so you're spending a bunch of money there. And then you could just, throw a carb in there and carburate it. Well, then you're losing the Lincoln, not hoop. It needs to be fuel injected and up to date. It's luxury. So I started thinking sniper maybe. Maybe do a sniper kit. Or Edelbrock offers some EFI options. Easy Street or something like that. And then I came back to Terminator and thought if I just buy the Terminator X, and well, we could run this forever, and if we decided to go with a different motor, it would run that motor also. So that's a new fuel system also, plus a computer and upgraded intake parts. But I don't, it's the Lincoln. So I don't know if I want to spend a bunch of money on it. I'd like to play around, but what do you do? It's a 302, and it's got plenty of torque. The old girl spin a wheel and get up and go, but from 45 on, she just falls on her face. I don't know. We don't need to get 600 horse, but if we could get like low 13s, line up against one of them $50,000 SS Chevelles from 1970 and, put it on them with the Lincoln, that'd be pretty funny. For me, I'd be pretty embarrassed if I had a $50,000 454 SS and the Lincoln put it on me with a 302. Probably not capable. I'm dreaming. But what are your ideas? Keeping the 302. I don't want to hear put an LS in it. I don't want to hear twin turbos. I want to say, how do we start the project of moving forward with speed density EFI? That's got to go. All right, well, I don't think you want to see it driving anywhere, so I appreciate you hanging out with me while we did mess around with it and probably accomplished much of nothing. It is what it is, We put a master cylinder on it, we bled the brakes, and we cut the fender wells, and we hung out and we talked about it a little bit. I'm going to call that productive. Actually, I'm going to hunt for a vacuum leak real quick because I hear it when it's running, and I'll let you guys go on about your day. Appreciate you watching. Come back and see us next time for, whatever stupid stuff I'm doing, because some of it's dumb, but it's got to be done. Thanks for watching.